Welcome to Modern Church Leader, a short daily show to help you grow your church, be more effective and efficient, and powerful for the kingdom of God.
Hi, I'm Matt Morrison. I'm the team lead at Tidely Sites. One of the single best investments of time as you're looking to structure or reformat the content of your website is to really work to keep things simple. A simple and easy to use website for a visitor is going to make things a lot more enjoyable, a lot more engaging as they navigate around your website to perform whatever tasks it is you need them to get to. That starts with the navigation, making sure that there's not a ton of too many options for them and that the words aren't confusing. What's the simplest way we can get them from A to B to get them to complete those different tasks? I often use the adage of Google versus Yahoo. They were once competing search engines. Yahoo's homepage, if you remember, was filled with 90 different things you could do. Google had one. Today, there's really one major search engine we use, and it's because Google made things really simple for us. It made it so that there was not really any other task we could perform, but the main one we came there to do. And your church website should be the same. So one thing I would really recommend is looking into how can we simplify everything. Sometimes even when you're writing content, a really good rule of thumb could be write your content, say everything you need to say, and then cut it in half. And then cut it in half again. And that's probably what you're left with is the most important pieces. That's what people needed to know when they got to that page. The reality is that the more you write on a page beyond 4 sentences, the less people are actually going to read it because it can feel overwhelming. One other great rule is to use as many photos as you can to complement your copy. If you just write text on text on text, it's going to just feel overwhelming to the eye. And so just to mix in images really helps kind of just alleviate some of that visual anxiety that comes when you land on a page. And so finding great images of your church, of your people, can go a long way to help keeping things feel really nice and simple. I think as a church, when you try to solve this problem, one of the things that comes up quick is that, well, there's so many different things that we as a church need to communicate. And so how do I please everybody and still make this a simple website? And that just comes down to priorities. And that can be a conversation with you and other leaders in the church of saying, well, if we could only pick 2 things, or we could only pick 5 things that people could do on our website, what would they be? And you kind of agree on those, and everything else has to become secondary. You can't possibly make everything primary because at the end of the day, there's just going to be too many options, and that's where you're going to get that visual clutter that starts to happen. So really deciding what are like the, let's say 5 main goals that we want people to reach when they get on our website. And we're going to make sure it's so simple for them to do it. The step beyond that is then you test it. Does it actually work? Is it working the way we want to? Bring in different demographics, bring in some young people, some old people, and everyone in between and say, can we watch you go download a sermon on our website? We want to see if you can do that. Can you subscribe to our events calendar or sign up for our newsletter and just watch what they do? Is it as simple as you think it is? And if they can't accomplish those tasks, then that means that the goals aren't being met and that we need to find a better way to make the website work. One of the really interesting things about your website is that you don't often get a chance to see when it's failing. Someone's at home or on the bus and they're trying to do something, but they can't do it. So really encourage any level of user testing you can do to see where some of those bumps in the road might be that people are getting tripped up on. With Tidely Sites, we've built a lot into the platform to make it so that it's just really easy to keep things simple. We wherever we could have made it so that we recommend text here, we recommend a block there, but we generally don't recommend just adding text on text on text. And so what you'll find with our site builder is that a lot of that simplicity kind of comes by default. And you'll notice that as you start to add too much text, things start to look a little bit off. And so we just want to just really encourage clear headlines, clear images, and short blocks of text. When it comes to simplifying or just really refining the aesthetic of your site, one massive thing is which fonts you're choosing. So with Tidely Sites, another thing we've done is also offer different font pairings to say, we think this headline font and that body copy would go really well together, which includes already pre-selecting your font sizes and your line heights and making sure everything just works great right out of the box. So we're not asking you to become a custom designer as you're building your website. This is something that we think is hugely important because you can have a beautifully designed website, but if you begin to clutter it up too much and make it challenging for people to use, then it loses really the purpose that you created it for. Simplicity, strong user experience are super important and a big piece of what we built into Tidely Sites. We're looking to make it better all the time. If you want more information, I'd recommend checking it out at tithe.ly and just clicking on the sites button.
Thanks for listening. Please review Modern Church Leader on Apple Podcasts and visit our website for more resources at tithe.ly or follow the links in the show notes.